Hey everyone, it's Chris here to talk about the book Reality Boy by A.S. King. This is the third A.S. King book I've read. I feel like A.S. King always takes you on kind of like a roller coaster ride with her books. This is probably one of the bigger ones, I feel like. I think the other one would probably be like Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future, which was like a real roller coaster because like the seeing into the future thing. But this one was definitely one as well and very emotionally hitting. This is a book about a guy named Gerald who is Reality Boy. He grew up on television, sort of. Essentially, his family was on a show like kind of like sort of like Super Nanny, if you know what that show is. So like his two sisters. His mom called this show up because of his behavioral problems. We're just gonna say leave that at that. And they wanted this nanny to come in and fix them. And so they had their family's dirty laundry aired on television, but really only what they wanted to show you. It was really interesting, the little flashbacks to scenes of the show, because it was like some level of disgust at some of the things that the show would do, some of the way that this super nanny acted, how she wasn't even a real nanny, and just some of the things that the show would like have them do, like, hey, can you redo this type of thing, or the way that the show kind of only showed Gerald in a negative light in some situations when it really wasn't just Gerald. And other than that aspect of his family, like growing up being crappy, he has a really crappy family. Not all of them. Really, it's just his mother and his sister. You get that off right from the beginning. His sister is abusive to her other two siblings, and the mother kind of coddles the sister Tasha, who's the oldest sibling, her first child. And you see that right away, and you definitely see how that affected all of the entire family throughout this book. And I just really, really liked this book. I thought it was really cool. I think Gerald was a great main character. I listened to most of the book on audiobook, even though I do have the physical book here. I ended up listening to most of it on audiobook. It was really nice on audiobook, like listening to Gerald's, and his humor came through really well. And just like everything about it, I really, really enjoyed. I feel like Gerald had to figure out why his situation actually was as bad as it was. I feel like his mother has been blaming him for things. The media has been blaming him for things. The media has this like idea of him because of the show, but that's not what he actually is. And I feel like that all of that happening to him has distorted his own reality of himself throughout this. And I feel like by the end of the book, that's definitely changed. So I really, really like that. Just like Gerald's entire journey in this book. This kind of like a message about, like, at the end of this book, he's like, I demand this for myself, I demand this for myself, and, like, being able to take that step where you're like, no, I'm not just floating by and following things the way that you want it, I want to do these things for myself, like, I have my own goals and aspirations. That was just a really beautiful moment for me, so I really, really like that. And yeah, also, there is a romance subplot. I can't say that I really shipped it for most of the book, but by the end of the book, I definitely say I shipped the romantic pairing and wish the best for them. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, not even by the end of the book, but I really by like 3/4 in the book, I was just like, I'm really hoping things work out. That's what I gotta say. About 3/4 of the book, I was really hoping it would work out, and before that, I was like, I don't know if it should work out, but I was about it. I feel like A.S. King's that happens in all of her books. Like, I've liked all the romantic pairings in all of the books I've read by A.S. King. Ask the Passengers, I was a fan of it after about the halfway point, I think. And they had Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future, which I don't really think the love interest is even introduced until the second part in that one, but I really like that pairing as well. So yeah, I liked the romantic pairing of this a lot. Jared works at a convention center, and there's a lot of big tension moments that happen in the convention center, and I liked that. Like altercations that happen for him, and other things, like even some good moments that happen for him, because his love interest also works in the movie theater. Not the movie theater, the convention center. And so there was like a lot of good moments in that. And also, it's where he meets Joe, who is a circus guy. And I thought that was an interesting element of the story, him meeting Joe, and just the way that he and Joe clicked. I thought they were just interesting. I don't know. Just like Gerald being friends with the circus guy just made so much sense, actually. So yeah, I liked that was just me segueing, saying that I really like Joe's character and I really like Joe's arc. Essentially, the story really, really does well. It has 3 very damaged kids. Gerald's one of like separate from Gerald and his family. Gerald, but then also his love interest and also his friend Joe that he meets in circus. They're all people who've grown up and are very damaged because of their family situations. But they're all damaged damaged in very different ways, and they all connect, and they connect to each other because of kind of that struggles that they've had with their family, and I just really, really like that. I really liked realizing that by the end of this book, that this is a story about three damaged kids coming together at this point in the book. You know what I mean? I really liked it. I feel like A.S. King is like one of my favorite authors, and I just haven't like pointed that out before on this channel, because like I've read 3 books by A.S. King. I've rated 2 of them 5 stars and absolutely love them, and one was like a 3.5 for rating. It was a little weird. I had some issues with it, but like I still liked it a lot because I just like this writing style that A.S. King does a lot. So yeah, I feel like A.S. King is just one of my favorite authors. Not an autobiography author yet. I haven't read everything by A.S. King, but I do plan on reading a few other things by A.S. King as soon as I can. I was really lucky this one was just sitting on my shelf at the library. I like saw the spine, I was like boom, but then I ended up getting the audiobook anyway because whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you guys have read Reality Boy by A.S. King, tell me what you thought of it in the comments down below. Or if you plan on reading it, you definitely should go do that. It's a really, really good book. And I really didn't spoil anything in this video, I don't think, at all. Maybe not. I don't think I did. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.